Alright, leaving to go to work. Let's take a minute to appreciate the bag lady here. Ugh. The struggle is always real every morning. Alright, on the way to work. So we're going to have a little bit of a story time. Getting back to the topic of my pharmacy career and how I got started. In my last video, I talked about how I decided or chose to go into the field of pharmacy, and now I want to talk about how I actually went about applying and doing my undergrad stuff and getting into on the way to getting into pharmacy school. So after I decided that I want to do pharmacy, obviously I had to apply to different colleges. My dream was to go to Auburn University at first because I grew up going to Auburn. It was always about an hour and a half away from where I grew up, and so that's where I went to football games. We've always been huge Auburn fans, and I just always kind of fantasized being a student at Auburn University, and so that was the first place that I was like, you know what, I'm applying there. That's really the only place I want to go. So I only applied to Auburn, and I applied to like a smaller satellite school of Auburn. It was called Auburn University of Montgomery, which is in Montgomery, Alabama, which is about an hour away from Auburn. And so I applied to those two colleges because I knew if I went to AUM, Auburn University Montgomery, that their class credits would automatically, of course, transfer to Auburn, because ultimately I wanted to go to Auburn University's pharmacy school. So I applied to both of them. I did get accepted to both schools, but at the time I decided to go to AUM instead of Auburn, at least for my freshman year, because during that time, when I graduated high school, my parents actually ended up getting a divorce, and so my mom ended up moving to Wetumpka, Alabama, which I call my hometown now. That's where she lives. My daddy still stayed on the farm in LaGrande, Alabama, where I grew up, but at the time I just kind of felt like we were moving away from my hometown, and I was leaving my friends, and again, my parents were going through a divorce, and I just felt like, you know, maybe I should just go to AUM to stay around home instead of moving off to college, moving off to Auburn. So I decided to stay there, and plus, I come from a small country redneck school where we had the largest graduating class of 31 people. Yes, 31 people. So that was a large class to me. And so I think it would have been a culture shock to me, or at the time I would have thought it would have been, going to Auburn University, where you are in classes with hundreds and hundreds of students just for one class. And I just could not fathom that. Like, whoa, holy cow, like hundreds of students. That was like my entire high school, not one class. So I decided to go to AUM, and I actually ended up staying at AUM because originally my plan was to go to AUM for like the first year, kind of get acclimated to the college life, you know, get my undergrad courses going, and then I was going to transfer to Auburn University. But I actually ended up loving it at AUM. I actually ended up staying there. I just like that smaller classroom feel. Again, my classrooms were only about 25 to 30 people in them, and you had, you know, a good personal relationship with your professors. You could have that one-on-one like learning activity. I know this sounds really nerdy of me, but I just enjoyed that. I liked the close interaction. I liked not feeling intimidated of raising my hand and asking a question if I wanted to, and just really getting to know my professors and my classmates. So I actually really enjoyed AUM. I made a lot of great friends. I had a lot of opportunities. I'm involved in a lot of things there on campus. But there was two choices that you could do, which you could still do that for pharmacy school. You either do the 3-year like curriculum, pre-pharmacy curriculum, or you could just go to get your undergrad degree. I decided just to go ahead and get my undergrad degree at AUM, mainly as like a backup plan, and because my mom was always so big on education. She wanted to make sure that we had a degree, just something on paper, you know, just again as a backup for whatever reason. But ultimately I knew I was going to go to pharmacy school. That's what I wanted to do. Didn't want to do anything else. So I pursued a degree of physical science for my undergrad degree, mainly because, really for no particular reason besides the fact that it offered a lot more chemistry classes in that degree. And so I knew I wanted to be exposed to as much chemistry as possible before entering into pharmacy school. And so that is why I chose physical science degree. And that was one of the few degrees that if you took a PE class like basketball, volleyball, soccer, baseball, which I did for fun, those would actually count towards your degree. Like, it would be a credit that would count towards your degree. So that was the other reason why I chose to get a physical science degree. So I actually ended up getting my undergrad degree in less than 3 years, which most people get an undergrad degree in 4 years minimum. But I went full-time, summer to summer, every semester. I got it done. I got that out of the way because I knew, again, pharmacy school was going to be 4 years of my life of a doctorate program. So I wanted to hurry up and get my undergrad degree out of the way, get to the real deal. So that's what I did there. At the time, backing up until like my freshman year, I did not have a pharmacy job. I still had not even worked in a pharmacy. Again, pursuing a career that I didn't really know a whole lot about, didn't have any experience in. I did go around and apply to different pharmacy jobs, but no one would hire me. And I don't know why, but I guess because I was inexperienced, I was a little bit younger. I was 17 when I graduated college. But I did not get a job in pharmacy until about a year into undergrad. I actually got a job with independent pharmacy, Adams Drugs, which I actually worked for all my undergrad and on into my pharmacy school years. And I absolutely loved it. I loved everything about it. And I was so happy that it just confirmed and solidified that this was a profession that I did want to go into. I enjoyed just the people interaction. I enjoyed working with the public. I enjoyed learning about the drugs and disease states, and I enjoyed being a knowledge bank for someone to come to, an approachable person that patients could come up to, ask their questions, ask for advice. And the more I learned, the more I was obviously able to help patients, and I enjoyed that so much. And I enjoyed like the fast-paced environment of the independent pharmacy that I worked with. It was a very well infrastructured pharmacy. The coworkers I worked with were great. The company itself were such a family-oriented. It was a family-owned independent pharmacy, and so they really looked after their employees. And I just loved everything about it. And I knew right then and there, I was like, okay, I am right where I'm supposed to be. This is great. This is going to be a great profession. And so that's how I kind of got into, again, like my pharmacy job, my first job with pharmacy, and my undergrad degree. And then in another video, I'll talk about how I actually applied to pharmacy school and my experience with pharmacy school. But for now, about to go continue my long drive to work to Columbus, Georgia. And so I guess later on, I'm gonna try to film a workout for y'all later, but we'll see. So I'll catch in with y'all later. That is the best feeling, crawling into bed after a long day, after a long workout, especially a leg day workout. You just like melt into the bed. Feels freaking amazing. It's like almost 10 o'clock here. The boys are actually, well, Cody and some of his friends are actually over there having their poker night that they tend to have like every other week. And so no girls are allowed. So I'm just kidding. No, I just let them obviously keep to themselves. And I usually just kind of come in the room and do whatever, watch TV or just hang out. I already ate my post workout. I'm pretty full from that. I am so tired. I'll admit, it was a struggle actually getting kind of motivated to go to the gym. Mentally, I was motivated, but physically, I was just so tired. When I got off work today and I got in my truck and started driving home, I immediately just got this tired heaviness over my body. My eyes were super sleepy. My body just felt like heavy sitting down in the truck driving. My legs and feet, they always hurt after work, but my body feels physically was just not motivated at all to go to the gym. And knowing today that I had legs, that I was working out legs and working a lot on my glutes and everything. And I was waiting for my pre-workout to kick in because I was like, I definitely need a pre-workout today. And it was kind of a struggle to kind of get going in the gym today. But I knew sometimes I find myself being like this, not being so motivated to go to the gym. But I know that I'm so adamant about always hitting my workouts every day during the week. I usually work out Monday through Friday or Monday through Thursday and then finish my last workout on Saturday morning because sometimes I take Friday evenings off to do usually something with Cody. Unless he's working, then I just go ahead and go to the gym. And so that kind of keeps me going. That kind of keeps me motivating is making sure I hit that workout each and every day and really assessing, am I really fatigued or not motivated enough to go to the gym? Now, if I'm just feeling awful or feeling bad, if I'm sick or something and like my body is literally telling me that you need to take a break, then I won't go to the gym. But most of the time I usually just push through it because a lot of times it is mental. And I just push through it and I just get there and I get my workout done. Whether it's a good workout or a bad workout, I'm still getting it done. I'm still trying to push myself in the gym. And I always feel better afterwards. And it's just like that feeling, that great feeling of accomplishment. Like, all right, I did my workout, I did the job, it's done. And knowing that you're going to get benefits and results from it. So that kind of just keeps me going. And I'm that type of person, if I skip the gym, I feel bad for it like the next day. And that's not always like the greatest mentality to have about working out or with the gym, like thinking that, oh, you should feel bad for yourself for not going. But me personally, that's just how I feel, just because this is like a lifestyle for me. This isn't just like a chore that I have to do every day. It's something that I enjoy, something that I love, and it's just built into my life every day. It's a habit, it's a hobby, it's a lifestyle for me. It's very rare if Kelsey skips the gym. So you must know that something is up if I'm skipping the gym. But anyways, I think I'm just going to sit here and relax, maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos. They're pretty loud and crazy in there. They're all in the dining room at the dining room table. So surprised you can't hear them in the background yelling. But I'm just going to sit here and relax. And I'm actually off the rest of the week. I just am working Monday through Wednesday at this store that I'm at right now. And so Wednesdays are my new Fridays, which I am not complaining about. So that's great. I get to sleep in the morning. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. And I'm about to just sit here and relax. So I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye.